Welcome to World of X Games Real Snow 2021. My name is Eddie Wall. I am one of the judges, along with my friends BODE MERRILL and Jesse Paul. This is a video competition where 6 of the best snowboarders in the world get to choose a filmer of their choice to film a 90-second video with the hopes of walking away with an X Games medal. We are gonna kick this off with none other than Brock Crouch and his filmer, Malachi Gerard. Let's do this.
What's up? Brock Crouch from Southern California, 21 years old. Lucky enough to get to travel the world now, being a professional snowboarder. It all kind of started with a trip going up to Mammoth. I was 3 years old. Then things escalated really quickly. My mom would live with me up in Mammoth for about 5 months out of the year. And then my dad was always a huge surfer and helps and changes my snowboarding style a little bit. Yesterday, I did a couple turns and it felt just like surfing. It felt so fun. I've actually known Kai since I think I met Red when I was 10 or 11. And so Kai's always been right there beside me and Red.
Very close with Brock, like a brother for sure. His dad actually says we're family, so man. Brock gave me a call on Christmas Eve. So we're gonna film a real snow. Didn't really give me an option. It's like, all right, let me get back to you in the morning.
He actually called me back on Christmas and was like, all right, let's do this.
Flew in and landed midday and went straight to the backcountry, and we packed up all the lights, sledded them out, and went and filmed some slashes and some stuff at night, which was really fun. Got some pretty artsy looking shots. Next day, went and found this double line. It was a flat down rail to a flat down rail, same rail in a line, and pegged that for a little bit. Got a clip on that.
Yeah, I'm super stoked and I'm super honored to be a part of it, and I've always looked up to this. It's like I wake up every day and like, all right, I guess I should go film for my real snow. Like, this is crazy.
The most important thing to me in a video part is always going to be the snowboarding. Like, that's first. We want to get the best clips we can. And then secondary is always making sure I got the best clip. If I can make them look better than they already do, we're going to be doing a good thing. And then the flow, like in the edit, that's going to be the fifth thing for sure. Every time you go out with him, you better be ready to go from 6 till an hour after dark. He doesn't stop.
Yesterday, honestly, was a crazy day. We woke up very, very early to go into the backcountry and didn't feel like we got too much done, and so I wanted to go set up this pretty long flat bar snowboarding. I just love it so much that I don't even care. I just remember last night, my feet were cramping so bad in my boots and they were just so waterlogged, and I just didn't even care because I just wanted to try and lock into this 100 and whatever foot long rail.
We went and built this spot. Absurd, actually. The owner of the driveway that the rail was in came out, and he's a professional snowmobiler.
How are you guys gonna get speed for this thing? Let me go up to my shop real quick. I'll grab a snowmobile. And starts whipping me in a bunch, and his snowmobile was literally overheating, blinking red, and he just kept going and going.
We all snowmobile, but we're not like this guy was. He was pulling them in and flying into the road and then whipping the thing around the 180s with dry cement and just burning it out.
Almost hit it on one of them coming off early. I slid into the street and kind of went into under the snowmobile a little bit, and that was a little scary, but I kind of just ran back up there, not trying to think about that.
Get it, buddy.
Yeah, it was about 10:30 or 11, and we were like, all right, that's about noise complaint on the snowmobile. He just pinned it back up to his house and comes back down with a side-by-side. To just be getting towed in by a side-by-side every single time was pretty insane. It was about 12:15 or 12:30. The neighbors started getting a little bummed on even that situation of the side-by-side, and then we decided to kind of call it and pack up everything, and I was pretty bummed and so mentally tired, but super stoked that I got to go back the next morning. A classic situation. Yeah, he looked at me in the eyes and he was like, buddy, I'm sorry, but this has to be the last try. And I just remember thinking oh my gosh, this is the last time I'm gonna be able to hit this rail. Yeah, got it, last try, and I'm super thankful for him letting me be able to just battle that thing, because it just feels so good when you get something done like that. It's amazing. Every day I wake up and I don't really care how sore I am. I just want to go and snowboard and don't really care about anything else right now. Thank you, Jake Burton, for everything you've done and huge path you've set for me. And I'm just so thankful for you, and thank you for snowboarding. And I'm so just happy, and I couldn't be any happier getting to be able to do what I love every single day.
I'm psyched to show what we do to a new audience for sure. I'm really excited for that.
Thank you, Kai.
Thank you to Brock Crouch, man. He put in a bunch of work.
This is my real snow. Hope y'all enjoy.
I am an owl in the night, just living my life free. And you may think I'm wild, but that's just what I'm gonna be. Yeah, the good die young, my baby, don't ask why. I just wanna live my life wild. Yeah, the good die young, but baby, don't you cry. I just wanna live my life wild. Sometimes I wonder why we can't all get along. Is it just me, or is there something wrong? My baby, why don't you come back home with me, and we'll sing all of your favorite songs.
So Brock's part had a nice blend of a lot of different types of snowboarding, which I thought was really cool.
I loved the way Malachi would slow-mo some of his shots in the middle of his tricks.
The super long 50-50 shot was really cool. Always got to appreciate a nice long rail slide.
For me, overall, Brock's video had a lot of variety, but the technicality in the riding was lacking, and just the size and amplitude of everything that he was riding was kind of on the smaller side.
Now we're going to take a short break, but up next we've got Sage Kotsenburg and Jeremy Thornburg. Welcome back to Real Snow. I'm one of your judges, Jesse Paul, and the next team we have up is Sage Kotsenburg and Jeremy Thornburg. Sage is an Olympic gold medalist from 2014, and he's an incredible snowboarder. He's won Rider of the Year 2 years in a row, and he always puts out the most amazing video parts. I can't wait to see the stuff Sage put down in this video part. Let's check it out.
My name's Sage Kotsenburg. I'm 27 years old. I've been snowboarding since I was 5, and I live in Park City, Utah. Was always drawn to the mountains, always drawn to snowboarding from my older brother, pretty much.
I'm gonna do what Blaze is doing. Blaze wanted to be a pro snowboarder, 7 years old. Sage is 5, and he's out there, yeah, I could do this. Blaze, he was the definition of style and fluid motion on a board at 7 years old. We were like, wow, he is going to make it. Sage looked like a gorilla on a snow. It was like, we were like, oh my gosh, do you think he's gonna take it when he doesn't make it?
I wanted to snowboard every single day as hard as I could, and I just made that my life priority.
On our refrigerator, going into each season, he would always put a list of tricks that he was gonna do. And as the numbers grew from like a 3 to a 7 to a 9, and then get to 10s and then 12s, we didn't want to know that he's doing those, you know?
You're born with it. You don't get to teach somebody about drive. And this kid was born with it.
A goal without a plan is just a wish. So he did have a plan.
He had set a goal that he was gonna start working on his core when he was 12 years old. And so started doing sit-ups and these like, I don't know, arm pull-up things, but he was building his core, he kept saying.
I started doing really good at competing and had a flourishing contest career for a couple of years, and went to the Olympics and got the gold there.
This is actually his gold medal from Sochi.
It wasn't enough to just win the Olympics or go to the XGames and get medals. I wanted to continue on snowboarding and see what else it had to offer for me. So I ditched contests, told all my sponsors that I was not gonna compete anymore and just gonna basically ride backcountry, and just made that my sole focus. My filmer is Jeremy Thornburg. We've been filming together since 2012, and our chemistry works really well. We're both hard workers, and we don't really stop till the bell rings.
He's so driven. Like, if he sets out to do something, he's gonna do it like on a whole nother level. He wants to push it not only on the jump size, but on the trick. I think he just like continually wants to progress backcountry snowboarding. There's definitely a lot of pressure. I mean, we've talked about, he said he's never won an X Games gold medal. And he's like, if we're gonna do this, I wanna win.
Yeah, when I signed on to Real Snow, I definitely took it as a full-on contest. At the end of the day, you want to win. You go into that mindset, you try to get the best clips, and you try to film it the best you can and give it your 110% and walk away without saying, I wish I could have done that.
So like, whatever it takes to win, I've just been trying to keep up with that. Compared to other crews, like, we're just like willing to just like suffer for a little bit.
New Year's Eve night, 8:30 p.m., about to hit bed, wake up at 5, and hit a jump tomorrow. Start the new year off right.
What?
I mean, it's got to be one of the best New Year's Eve had. Dude, we gonna stay up to watch the ball drop?
All right, it's January 1st, 2021, 6:12 a.m. We just got to the sled lot to hit our jump today. We've got some cloud coverage, nothing to worry about though. We think it's gonna burn off. We're manifesting that, actually. Real Snow, you gotta put your head down and just stay on the grind and not worry about what everyone else is doing. Just know that they're just as good as you are and can put out just as good of footage, but you can always work harder. January 1st, 2021, just wrapped up hitting this jump, getting the trick I've wanted to get for years in the POW, so good way to start the year off. Yeah! Yeah!
If I had to describe Sage's style in one word, it'd be powerful. He's going so big and like tweaking grabs with just like such good power. Like, when he lands, there's no question.
For me, snowboarding is definitely something I think of every day. It's something I just absolutely live for. I'll do it till the day I die, no doubt. Snowboarding's provided so much for me. I'm so thankful I get to do it all winter and, you know, into the summer, year after year. It's something I just don't take for granted. So I hope that this inspires other people to get out there and get it as well. Yeah, I'd like to thank Germ for filming. I would like to thank Pat Moore and Mark Carter. Such a pleasure working with you guys. And I'd like to thank all the riders for mentally pushing me without knowing it.
I want to thank Sage for inviting me to do this with him.
What do we need, Germ? One more clip? The classic one more clip. This is Sage Kotsenburg, and this is my Real Snow.
Holy crap, that was incredible.
You can tell he put it all on the line with this one. He came to win and he showed up.
Cab double cork 1260, first tracks into powder is one of the hardest things that I can think of.
That last trick the double 1080 rewind 9 is extremely technical on its own. But to throw a nose grab to tail grab in that, there's just so much going on. It blew my mind.
Unbelievable part. Jeremy Thornburg did a great job as well. I loved the way he filmed this. It was very professional, very high end. I will say that the diversity wasn't there. Majority of his part are just big cheese wedges into big landings. He maybe could have used the terrain a little bit more creatively.
All right, we're gonna take a brief break here, but you're not gonna wanna go anywhere because up next is the one and only Danny Davis and his filmer, Tim Manning.
Welcome back to World of X Games Real Snow 2021. I am BODE MERRILL. Next part we will be viewing is Danny Davis and Tim Manning's video submission. Really excited to see what he does this year in Real Snow.
It begins today, the filming for Real Snow. Let's go see what we can do. Let's go see if these bones still work.
My name is Danny Davis. I'm from Highland, Michigan, about an hour north of Detroit. Grew up riding 300-foot slopes and got on the Burton team. That led to X Games, Dew Tours, US Opens, World Cups, Olympics, all that stuff. It feels like I've done a lot in snowboarding, but it's been very contest result focused. The avenue I've never really gotten to dive down is actually being like, I'm taking 2 months and filming. Real Snow's been the perfect opportunity for me to just hunker down at home.
That works for me.
And try to stack. And my kind of snowboarding. When I think video part, I think John Jay or Gigi or Nicholas or Kazu. You know, I think of some of the greatest video parts ever. Noah Selaznick, Terrier. The parts that I like most are powder and features you find sculpted by wind and weather, and I've always wanted to do that when it was kind of this blank canvas. Whatever you want to film, what I want to film is this stuff out there. It's a different mindset than contests. Even though it is a contest, you're waking up at 4 a.m. We're going out, like we know the weather's gonna be good. It's a good day to be bored. We pick the days and we pick the best ones, and it's really fun to be out there on a good day. When I got the invite for Real Snow, Tim was my immediate thought. Being out in the mountains with him is really a treat. The guy has years and years and years of knowledge.
So we're doing Real Snow. It's November, but it's due the end of January. Pandemic 1 is on our plates. We don't want to travel. Dude, our plan is to literally go out in the middle of nowhere, away from people in our hometown, and get after it. It's low tide. My number one fear is that Dan could get hurt.
It's been a lot of like navigating rocks. I blew up a board, rode this line, then I aired, and the air was way bigger than I thought, and just landed right on those rocks and just blew up my split board all the way through the core. Like early season, you know, like tone it down a little bit, you know? And then snowpack. We've got this deep, persistent layer of just faceted kind of sugar. We've been digging our pits though and testing slopes. So a lot of the stuff we've been riding is like benches and stuff that's safe. Just trying to stay out of the hospital right now.
You know, Danny wants to just be true to himself and where he's at with snowboarding right now, to ride in the powder. Because we could be at the pipe, we could be in the park, but we are sticking with the backcountry and the true essence of what makes the sport so cool for us. But ultimately, Danny, you know, this is all coming from his heart.
If I can do this for a living and never do a contest again, I might be all right with that.
He's the funniest human being around.
Oh, there she is, Lake Tahoe! Yes, that's it, man! That's the Lago de Tahoe, man! That's it! And that's the montaña, and that's the lago!
We see eye to eye on a lot of things in life, that not to take it too seriously, and we are very lucky. This is what we do for a living, and it's pretty amazing.
I see him over there, so I give him one of these looks. You know, one of those. Kind of like a, hey, how's it going? But like, don't. You know, when I look at my oil, I don't really see a line where I'm supposed to fill to. This here's the oil cap.
Still learning about filming. I'm still learning about how to ride lines in the mountains and what terrain will shoot well and what aspects are going to be doing well with certain storms. I mean, I'm learning everything The one major thing I've learned is like to always carry a GoPro, especially for riding lines. It is really sick angle. Your head works super well as like a gimbal.
It's 2021. If I don't capture the snowboarding in a way that makes you feel like you want to snowboard, I haven't done my job. There needs to be a red camera in there full time. There needs to be some gimbal sort of situation. There needs to be a drone in there full time. The drone guy we worked with this year, Rafe Robinson, is that guy.
Drop on Timmy's head.
And you really like to have that drone angle. You know, on a lot of the stuff that we ride, it's the only way to really shoot some of it.
I really want to get Danny's personality across. I really want to get who Danny Davis is as a snowboarder.
Big thank you to the legend, Tim Manning.
Thanks, Dan.
I'm Danny Davis, and here is my Real Snow video part.
Holy.
Oh, that was the elevation.
Oh, you got my word? Yes!
All right, Danny Davis, that was an absolute joy to watch him shredding the backcountry. Danny utilizes the natural terrain in a really, really great way.
The full extension on that Andrecht on the tree stump was amazing.
A lot of the stuff he was doing was kind of on a smaller scale, but he made up for it with the tricks that he was doing were really cool. One of the best McTwists of all time and one of the best hand plants of all time. I mean, that guy has such a timeless style that I will never get sick of watching him snowboard.
Don't go anywhere because after this, we have Ståle Sandbech and Spencer Whiting. Welcome back to World of X Games Real Snow 2021. My name is Eddie Wall, and up next we have Ståle Sandbech and his filmer Spencer Whiting.
Hey, I'm Ståle Sandbech, 27 years old from Henricksen, Norway. Off we go. What about this little drop? There's a lot that goes into filming something like this, you know, because you're filming a video part, but from having this time, you're having this time. Woo! And it's also the beginning of the season, so the snow conditions are kind of tricky.
And that's what makes it so much fun to film with Ståle. One day we're in the streets, another day we're hitting snow bumps.
Oh!
Now we're on trees.
That was it, dude!
Whatever we're feeling that day, we go out and shoot.
Me and Spenny, we've been working together like...
I forgot that one. Oh, sorry.
What, since 2017? Cap 5 off the toes.
Cap 5 off the toes.
When I met Spencer, I had this idea of a project in my head, which we made that's called Lines.
Spenny. Yo, what up? You want to film this line? I'm down, dude.
All right, here you go.
Yeah.
I had this for a while, and I had asked a few people, but I couldn't really find the perfect filmer for it until I met him randomly on an Oakley shoot.
I remember when he asked if we wanted to film a couple runs at Mammoth. I was a little intimidated at first. I was a Grom, just kind of working as a full freelancer, one-off projects. My plan was to completely drop out of snowboarding.
I saw the clip that he filmed of us when we had this like follow cam when we did kind of like synchronized snowboarding. And I was like, damn, this kid is good at follow cam. Didn't really know the guy, but I just asked him like, yo, you want to come to Europe?
If a complete stranger ever asks you if you want to go to Locks for free, you say yes. When he asked me to go to Locks, it was just kind of like one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities.
And then when he was there, he was just a workhorse, dude. He didn't sleep. We woke up second day and he was like, yeah, I have a video ready for you. I'm like, what? I didn't ask for a video. And then kind of just set the tone. I was like, this kid is the man.
I dropped out of school. I just committed all the hours to making content for Ståle.
The only thing I was looking at was your face because you were so close to me the last run.
And so I kind of forced him to hire me.
Oh my God! That was insane! I can't boss him around anymore.
Oh, dude, just keep doing that. So nice, so nice. What's cool is we shot lines all follow cams, but we shot this edit with that style and concept in mind. But while mixing in 4 to 5 totally different styles of shooting.
Watch out, Spencer! Oh. Ah. I almost landed on you. To make it flow like that, it takes a lot of extra, you know.
We found the possible lines cut here. And we'll cut on the tree.
On the ollie. You need to do something before and after the trick. So one trick becomes kind of 3 tricks.
Oh! With the lines concept, you gotta shoot it the best way you possibly can, but also have in mind that you need shot A to connect to shot B. Like you're going through the edit and like everything flows.
Oh. Real snow has been a battle.
No. I was freaking out because I thought he blew his knee and the whole season was over, Real Snow was done. The next day, we gotta hike like an hour and a half out to the zone. And on the 3rd hit, every time we find a rock in the landing.
Whoa! I can't tell. It's like pumping. Tried a completely new trick for me. A switch double back rodeo.
Like that rock is pretty sketch though.
Just got wrecked.
When we're shooting a part like this, it's like, if he's going 150%, I gotta go 150%. And there's like no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh, homie, sketchy, huh? Filming is one of the coolest parts about our sport. Fish eye, and then potentially film a 3rd angle with follow cam.
Let's do it.
There's no certain way to do it.
That's what you do. You set goals and you accomplish them. He's the one who really created Gimbal God and paid for it in the beginning and got me into the locations to shoot with the riders I was able to shoot with.
You've been with us, what, 3 years now?
Yeah.
4.
Everything of like where I am today is 100% Ståle.
That was good. For me for 2 years. And then now we work together, so. Let's get it just the way we want it now.
Yeah.
Hello. 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 This is our Real Snow video part.
Hope you like it.
Check it out.
The way that Spencer put this part together, it really kind of encapsulates the feeling of actually riding. Other than the back one onto that closeout, I think the street riding could have been pushed a little bit harder.
Ståle is such an incredible snowboarder on any type of terrain. That last trick, the double chicane 1260, I don't believe that's ever been done, and he did it perfectly.
We're gonna be right back with Dusty Henricksen and his filmer Cal Ahmet.
Welcome back to World of X Games Real Snow. Here we have Dusty Henricksen and Cal Ahmet. Dusty's coming off of 2 gold medals at this year's X Games, one in slopestyle and one in knuckle huck, but he's never filmed a video part before, which is interesting. Young kid, lots of talent, excited to see what he came up with.
How's it going? I'm Dusty Henricksen. I'm 17 years old, live in Mammoth Lakes, California, and I snowboard.
So we named him Dusty. We were always playing in the desert, racing motorcycles, bicycles. Thought he was going to be the next Jeremy McGrath. He found snowboarding and should have named him Snowy, I guess.
My dad took me snowboarding as soon as I can walk, pretty much.
Probably about 18 months. We stuffed his little feet in the bindings.
Then on, it's been my favorite thing to do.
Bear Mountain was our backyard, so we took him to Bear all the time, and when he was 5, he decided he wanted to do his first half-pipe contest. And that's where everything kind of changed.
So stoked off that, and yeah, it hasn't died yet.
He's always been so into his athletics. It was basically all of our lifestyle, and that's how he grew up.
By the time he was 5 or 6 years old, he was competing in bicycle racing, motorcycle racing, skateboard events, luckily with a lot of really good sponsors and supporters, and of course my parents and Jenny's parents. We wouldn't have been able to ever do this without them.
He told me for years, I just need big jumps, big things, because I'm a big kid. So we were able to relocate up to Mammoth for Dusty to be able to compete and be able to train on bigger stuff.
I'm so thankful that they were able to make that work out.
I think most he loves to just get gnarly. In a nutshell, Dusty just wants to go big.
Could not be more stoked for this opportunity being Real Snow this year. I was honestly just stunned when they hit me with the call, but I can't imagine a better contest to be in. So we ended up basing out of Salt Lake, where my filmer Cal lives, and we just kind of road tripped around to Colorado and Idaho from there and just wherever.
I was honestly pretty surprised when he asked me though to film his Real Snow, but really psyched. This has been one of the best opportunities I've ever had. It's been so much fun. Could not ask for a better dude to do it with. Dusty is obviously a really good jumper, and we definitely wanted to capitalize on that like a little bit, but there was just no snow for it. There was no base, and like the avalanche danger was insane, so I guess we're gonna have to make Dusty film street.
Street riding is really hard, is all I'm gonna say. So respect to all those dudes out there who are ripping the streets, because it is insane how much work you have to put in to set up everything and do everything is gnarly.
He's hit street spots, but like this is his first time like really getting after it.
This was kind of like my first try at making any sort of really video, so we're just kind of winging it. It has been interesting just being so like, have to go with the flow, like at the drop of a hat. Like literally we make our decisions within 30 minutes of if we're going to Idaho that night, or it's just crazy is the only way I can describe it.
One of the dopest spots was the wall ride over roof to rail. We like filled in the rut that he kind of carved out from hitting it a bunch, and I didn't pack it down hard enough, so when he went up, his heels kind of blew out before he hit the wall. His nose went into the roof that you're supposed to gap over, and he like pretty much did a flip into the rail. It busted his eye open. We got out pretty clean. There was a couple bails, but that one was super gnarly.
Yeah, we ended up going over to this dam in Idaho, so we just threw some snow up for a lip and put a little in the landing, and it just looked like a super cool shot. So it was honestly a super fun place to shoot and build and just hang out with the friends and set up.
One of the better shots that we got was this long down rail with metal stairs, had to back to switch. He had it so under control the whole way and just like steezed it out. That one stood out a lot because I could instantly see how rewarding it was for him. You know, he instantly was like so hyped on the clip. That was kind of the turning point in our filming where we were like, all right, yeah, we got this.
Overall, this has been one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Like some could call it maybe like a physical extreme testing program.
He lives and breathes what he does. That's why he is where he's at.
You know, I've bragged about him to everybody, and some people tell me to shut up. Some people bragged right back with me, and we're all U.S. snowboard team. Unreal.
I want to thank my parents for supporting me like every single day, my whole entire life. They've done everything they can to help me like pursue this path of snowboarding. Yeah, I want to thank you too, Cal, for all the work you put into this part, man. It's been a blast.
I want to thank Dusty for, asking me to do this. It's still like a dream come true.
Three-man takedown. I'm Dusty Henricksen, and this is my Real Snow.
I spoke to Jesus, but she didn't care. Tried to reason, but she didn't hear. Cracked the whip and made me disappear.
One of the things that stands out most in Dusty's part is his style. He is completely effortless with his snowboarding. The Wally to front board, that is the kind of real snow shot I love to see. The shot where he stalled on the fence and then avoided the next fence to get on that rail that also had a little end cap on it, that was really cool. I've never seen something quite like that.
Cal had a consistent theme almost to every single spot that they filmed at. Stop motion animation of Dusty, that was one thing I really loved about the filming and the editing.
He went back to some really old spots and didn't step up the tricks at all. Didn't do it for me, but I'm excited to see what the future holds for Dusty Henricksen.
Don't go anywhere, because when we get back, we have Kevin Backstrom and Marcus Wetterberg.
We are back with X Games Real Snow. I'm Jesse Paul, and our next pair is Kevin Backstrom and his filmer Marcus Wetterberg. Kevin has got one of the best styles in the game, and I'm so excited to see what he put down for this part.
My name is Kevin Backstrom. I'm a snowboarder from Ulricehamn, Sweden. Feels unreal to be chosen to be filming for Real Snow. It's like something I've been watching for so many years and all the people I've been looking up to. Good snowboarding to me is all about style, I would say. Everyone got their unique style, and when people do tricks like in their own way, I think it's really sick. I choose Marcus Wetterberg to film my Real Snow. The past couple of years he's been going in a different direction, filming commercials and like other stuff than snowboarding. But when I got the invite to film for Real Snow, he was the first guy I called.
I had no idea what Real Snow was when Kevin called me. So I kind of had to look it up. After knowing about it and knowing what it is, it means a lot, especially to get the invite from Kevin.
I'm so happy he could join me for this. I always get amazed when I watch what he has been filming. I choose to film my Real Snow part here in Locks because I just love the terrain. It's just the best place to board pretty much. For this part, I've been basically filming everything next to the slope, and you know, anyone can do that. Just go out, build a sided, and yeah, cruise. It's been so different now filming everything in a resort than being like out filming powder, because so many people passing by all the time like wondering what we're doing, and it's been pretty hectic filming in the resort, but also met a lot of nice people, and the Locks park crew has been helping us out so much. They make it easier for us to film and not like harder like it would be in some other resorts.
When we built the first spot, we kind of asked each other like, could you hit the left?
I think it was the second front three I did. I drifted way too much to the left and like almost hit the chairlift. That was a sketchy one. Luckily, we got it the next try and didn't have to do it again.
I try to look into the monitor when I do follows, just to get the perfect framing. So in this case, I was just like looking into the monitor. I can just see how Kevin tumbled and went with his head, or like tumbled around, like came in straight in front of me. So yeah, it was a bit sketchy. I felt like my skis went straight into his head almost.
We've been planning this one spot where we're gonna build a takeoff up on the restaurant, and then it's a balcony on top of the roof. And then you gotta jump over the deck of the restaurant.
I mean, he's flying over a balcony into this tiny little tranny. My heart was racing when he went there. That was a fun one, for sure. With Kevin jumping over the restaurant and people didn't even notice.
I'm super hyped on the filming Marcus did and what we put together. And yeah, we worked hard for it. I'm happy with what we came up with, for sure. I'm Kevin Backstrom, and this is my real snow part.
Kevin's part is one of my favorites because it is just a great overall piece. The colors, the shot flow, the editing, the song, it all just felt so right and just was so seamless.
Kevin's style is unbelievable. It's so relaxed, just effortless. The downside to this part was that the tricks were pretty simple.
100% at the resort, he just does it right on the side of the runs and absolutely crushed it. It looked beautiful, the snowboarding, the editing, the production.
Now we've seen all the parts, it's time to go to the score sheets, and this is going to be extremely difficult.
So all the riders had an opportunity here to show what snowboarding meant to them. I really think that Sage, Ståle, Danny, and Kevin all had incredible parts.
It was pretty cool to see the variety of riding this year. I mean, it was all over the place. I'm especially liking Sage's, Kevin's, Danny's, Ståle's.
After watching the parts and really studying them, I think my top three in no particular order would be Kevin Backstrom and Marcus Wetterberg, Ståle Sandbech and Spencer Whiting, and Sage Kotsenburg and Jeremy Thornburg.
Kevin's was just this beautiful take on resort riding, and it also had a really aesthetic quality.
Ståle, on the other hand, had Gimbal God really getting crazy with the editing, and his part was very diverse.
I really like Sage's just sheer gnarliness of tricks and just amplitude. He was going huge.
This is it, the final moment. We have to send in our final scores right now. I'm pretty nervous. Huge shout out to all of the athletes and filmers. Here we go.
And my votes are in. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a judge for this contest, and I just can't wait to see who takes home the gold medal.
I'm the last judge to be submitting my results, so as soon as I send these in, we will get an instant finalized result back and see who won. Kind of just who I thought. Congratulations, Sage Kotsenburg and Jeremy Thornburg. on being our 2021 World of X Games Real Snow champions. In second place, bringing home the silver medals, are Kevin Backstrom and Marcus Wetterberg. And rounding out our podium are our third place finishers, Ståle Sandbech and Spencer Whiting. I'm gonna go up and see if I can catch Sage up in Park City so I can personally deliver his gold to him. We're at his parents' house, ready to knock on the door and surprise him. Here he comes.
Yo.
Sage.
No way, what?
Congratulations.
No.
X Games gold, baby.
Wow, dude, no way. What? Everyone was there at every X Games waiting for me to get this.
Hey, one for all and all for one. It's always been our motto.
Taking home real snow gold is crazy. This is my first X Games gold. I've got a couple silvers and a bronze, and can never get to the top, and then the slopes down big air, so this means a lot. This is really just kind of icing on the cake for me in the competitive world.
We won gold, baby. We won gold.
Wow.
And they magged it together. That's a wrap for Real Snow. I want to thank everyone for viewing and supporting me and Germ, and then all the other filmers and riders that we knew they were out there just hustling. We had no idea what they were doing, so without knowing it, you just pushed us so hard, and yeah, it was amazing. We'll see you guys around.